Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about something that interests all of us. Actually, it's very real and very common in all of our lives. The topic is borrowing money. No matter what people say, we all know that money is an important part of our lives. People say, money is nothing for me. I don't care about money. But everyone knows that it matters and it is required. You can't escape the fact. But here is when the problem comes in. When people borrow money and they don't pay it back on time. They borrow with promises like, I'll pay you back next week, even with the date. And some say, I'll return it as soon as I get my salary. That's the favorite of everyone. I'll return it next month, first of next month. I've heard so many times. But when the time comes, instead of paying or repayment, there comes a story, excuses, delays, drama. Believe me, I have seen a lot. And the important part I want to share with you today is, in fact, I also recently read about this. There's an actual science behind why borrowing money and not returning money affects relationships and even your mental health. According to my research, a study published in the book called Journal of Economic Psychology shows that unpaid debts create hidden psychological stress not just for the lender but also for the borrower. The borrower often feels guilt, shame, and the lender feels anger or betrayal. Over time, these emotions eat away at trust, which is the foundation of any relationship. Neuroscience also explains this. When someone breaks their promise about money, the brain's trust circuit, which is linked to the prefrontal cortex, reacts the same way as when we are lied to or betrayed. That's why it hurts and often ends friendship and even family bonds. Now, let me try to give you my own example. Like always, I love doing that. I have lost many people in my life because of money. They borrowed money from me, they promised to return on a certain date, and when the date arrived, instead of the payment, I got a new story. This has happened so many times in my life that I can hardly remember anyone who returned money before the promised date. I mean, I have few people, but very few. And what I realized is this: it is a human nature to be selfish. But there's something called self respect, respect for yourself and respect for your words. If you have promised to return money, it's not about the amount anymore, it's about your integrity. The truth is, when people get money in their hands, they forget the problem of the other person. They'll prioritize everything else and keep the repayment last. And some won't even pay at all unless you chase them and beg them and remind them again and again. And to me, these kind of people fail the test of character. And here is my personal rule now: being kind is good, helping others is good, but giving money when you are struggling yourself, that's not kindness, that's self damage. Charity is beautiful when you have plenty, but not at the cost of your own peace and survival. And remember one thing: people who truly have the right intentions, they don't put you in that position in the first place at all. There were times in my life when I borrowed money from friends or colleagues, and the very first thing I did the moment I received my money was to pay it back, because that gave me joy, and more than that, it gave me respect in my own eyes. Otherwise, I feel very burdened when I owe someone something, especially money, because I'm a self made person and I know how hard it is to earn money, what it takes to save bit by bit. And here In the UAE, everyone is here to work, to earn, and to survive, to support their families back home. Everyone's here for a purpose, like for a reason. And most people carry silent responsibilities, silent struggles. People don't go around blowing trumpets about their problems or crying about their issues. You can't look at someone's social media, Instagram stories and assume that that person is so rich and has plenty to give away. That smile could be from a free treat, or that photo or that video could be from a one good day. You never know. But I have common sense. So I understand that. And that's why I don't ask anyone for anything. And what I struggle to understand is how some people can so easily place their own personal problems on other people's shoulders as if it's nothing. We barely know each other. We are not family or we're not relatives. We're just people sharing the same place, same workplace, or same apartment, or the same grind. And we happen to know each other, in this country. I don't know your roots. You don't know my roots. And still, you can bring your personal problem to me, asking me to take care of your problems. For me, dignity matters, self respect matters, and peace of mind matters more than anything that money can buy. So, whether it's your workplace, your friends, or even your neighbors, be careful. Be aware of people's intentions. Sometimes losing money just teaches you a lesson about who they really are. But why waste money for that lesson when there are so many other ways to test their character? And we will talk about those other ways in another video. Till then, stay alert, stay wise, and protect your peace. Thank you for watching The Real Path. Namaste.